Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, I am going to tell you a little bit about Model Builder and ML.NET and then take you through the approach that we'll take during the course of these lessons. So as I said earlier, we are going to be using an automated machine learning GUI or wizard called Model Builder inside Visual Studio. Model Builder is a graphical Visual Studio extension that gives us an easy-to-understand visual interface for building, training, and also incorporating machine learning models into different applications. Model Builder is one of many tools that come with ML.NET. It's not crucial for you to know about or understand ML.NET in order to benefit from these lessons, but I'll give you a very quick summary. ML.NET is a vast suite of pre-built functionalities and code libraries that are freely available to you. ML stands for machine learning. The .NET part refers to Microsoft's .NET ecosystem. It signifies that the tools are built to be compatible with .NET programming languages like C# and F#. But even though these pre-built ML.NET functionalities are geared towards C# developers who want to remain in the .NET ecosystem, ML.NET is open source, and it can create machine learning models and AI-driven applications that can run across multiple platforms, not just Windows. Now, if you are new to ML.NET and Visual Studio, then none of what I just said will mean anything to you. And any theory about this ecosystem will not make much sense to you either. So, I'm going to avoid the theory and just show you these tools in action. I want to give you a visual feel for what's going on as soon as possible, rather than giving you a theoretical lecture about IDEs, ecosystems, and frameworks. Here is the approach I'm going to take in this series of lessons. If you don't already have Visual Studio installed, I am going to show you how to download and install it onto your local machine. Installing Visual Studio is optional, especially if you have a preference for other Python-friendly development environments like Jupyter Notebooks or Spider, or if you have a Mac and you don't want to go through the grind of setting up a dual boot or virtual machine in order to run Windows. You don't need to have Visual Studio running on your machine to benefit from these lessons. Simply skip over the lesson that covers the installation and continue from there. Also, Visual Studio will require a few gigs of disk space. So, if you don't have much by way of free disk space, you can skip the installation lesson and carry on from there. If you do have Visual Studio installed, I'll just point out some additional things to check out in your current setup. Then we are going to launch Visual Studio and create a new code project. A code project is used to describe a collection of pre-built code templates, files, settings, and other resources that you will need when building a specific type of application. But don't worry, Visual Studio will automatically create code templates and resources for tons of different types of applications. It can create project templates for a mobile app, a Windows desktop app, or a web application, or even just a supporting library that can be used by other applications. It is just like the Microsoft Word templates for different types of documents like professional reports, resumes, or letterheads, where the formatting for headings or paragraphs have already been done for you. It's really not rocket science, I promise. The reason we are going to create a code project first is because an AI or machine learning model, to be more precise, can't be something that lives on its own. It needs to be part of some code that can use it, or that can be incorporated into another application or program. Something that people or systems can interact with. So, you typically start by creating a code project for building an app, and then you add machine learning capabilities to that app. And to repeat, the code template, configurations, and other complexities will be automatically handled for you. You will not be doing any coding. Well, except for the very last lesson, and even then, the coding will be optional. We are going to stay away from the auto-generated code as much as possible, so don't let this scare you. Then finally, after we have created a code project, we'll add the machine learning functionality to the project with just a few clicks. And voila! The Model Builder wizard will start up. This is the point where you will start to see the magic that is machine learning. I'll take you through the Model Builder user interface and explain the machine learning workflow by visually showing you the steps that Model Builder will automate for you. This part will be awesome because we'll be discussing complex machine learning concepts using a real-world tool rather than abstract diagrams on a presentation. Once we've gone through the theoretical machine learning process or workflow using Model Builder, we'll physically go through the process of training a model with real data. During this demonstration, we'll go into even more detail about what is going on under the hood, and this will strengthen your theoretical understanding of the machine learning process. Realistically, we'll not be able to go into as much depth on many of the topics as I would like, because machine learning is vast, and concepts like algorithms, models, evaluation metrics, etc. are so extensive that you could create dedicated courses for each of them. But still, by the end of the demo, you will have an extremely good intuition and a very practical sense for what machine learning is all about. It's going to be an eye-opener, and I'm excited to be taking you on this journey. Let's get going in the next lesson.